This is a video explaining countersteering in a motorcycle, and it simplifies it. This is about the most easy way that I can explain it. I'm going to use this roll of tape, I'm going to use this ping pong ball, and then this stick which represents the handlebar of the motorcycle. But what I'm going to use first is this ping pong ball. If I rolled this ping pong ball and it rolled in a straight line, as it was rolling in a straight line, if I applied a force in this direction, the ball would get deflected off in that direction. If the ball is rolling in a straight line and I applied force in this direction, the ball would get deflected in that direction. So I'll demonstrate it here. So basically the ball was rolling in this direction, I applied a force, and then it got deflected this way. I'll do the opposite. As the ball was rolling this way, I applied a force here, and then it got deflected off in that direction. So the next thing I'll do is I'll use this tape. I put a circle on this tape that represents the ping pong ball. Okay? So just imagine this circle on the tape is the ping pong ball. Now, as this wheel is rolling like that, just like a front wheel of a motorcycle rolling down the road, what happens is, as this ball is coming up on the back side of the wheel, if I applied a force and I hit that ball with a force from this direction, this ball would get deflected this way as it was going up. So it would kind of get deflected off that way. It's wanting to go straight up, but I apply a force, so it wants to get deflected to the right as it goes up. So what ends up happening as the ball rolls up and I apply a force, it tilts the wheel like that because the ball got deflected in this direction. It was on a course going like this, but I applied a force and it got deflected in that direction. So by the time it rolls up to the top of the wheel, it deflects the top of the wheel in that direction. Once the wheel is tilted like that, what happens is the center of gravity of the wheel, gravity is pulling it down like that. So the wheel wants to track off in a circle because gravity is pulling it down. It's no longer going in a straight line. It's tilted, so then it wants to track into a circle. So it wants to kind of go off to the left. So basically, if I applied a force to this side of the wheel, this part of the wheel would be deflected this way as it's going up. So it would deflect the wheel in this direction and then tilt the axis of the wheel like this. Once the axis of the wheel is tilted like this, then the wheel wants to track off to the left. So what I'll do is I'll demonstrate that. I'll roll the wheel in a straight line, and then I'm going to apply a force to the back side of the wheel on this side of the wheel, and then it should tilt the wheel over. It should go like that and tilt the wheel over, and then it will start tracking off to the left. Just like that. Now, to go in the other direction, as this wheel is rolling like this, as this ball is coming up, if I applied a force in this direction, this ball would get deflected off this way. So as it's going up, it would want to be deflected in that direction because I applied a force here. So as it travels up, it gets deflected like that off in that direction. When it gets deflected in this direction, it tilts the wheel, the axis of it, this way. And then once the axis of the wheel is tilted this way, gravity's pulling it down, and then it wants to kind of curve off to the right. So I'll just demonstrate that. There we go. So basically, if you apply a force here, it'll make you want it'll make the wheel want to tilt over this way and curve that way. If you apply a force in this direction when you roll the wheel, it wants to deflect the wheel off in this direction, like that. So basically, when you're riding your motorcycle, when you pull back on the handlebars or push forward on the handlebar, you're applying a force in this direction on the wheel, and it's deflecting this part of the wheel in this direction as it's moving up. So then it tilts the axis of the wheel. It tilts the axis of the wheel this way, like that. Now, if you pull back on this part of the steering bar, what happens is you're applying force on that side of the wheel, and then it deflects this part of the wheel in this direction as it's going up, like this, like that. And then the axis of the wheel is tilted like this, and it wants to go off this way. So basically, if you pull back on the handlebar this way, or you push forward this way, you're applying a force to this side of the wheel as the wheel is going up, and then it gets deflected off that way, like that. If you apply a force this way on the handlebar, or push it forward this way, you're applying a force on this side of the wheel, and it will deflect this part of the wheel in this direction as it's moving up, kind of like that. And then the wheel will want to track off in that direction. So basically that's how counter steering works.